the fans in Kansas City with a colossal middle finger.
I love it.
To Clark Hunt.
Yep.
You have to say that kind of slow.
Well, he's
Clark Hunt.
I wish we could say the other because he's that.
Clark.
He's a terrible.
Hunt.
Yeah.
Well, he got an F. You know, the Chiefs are winning Super Bowl, so nobody really seems to care about this. But he got an F in the recent player survey regarding how he runs the Chiefs.
Yeah, and then he was like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Well, apparently it's a mess.
Yeah.
Over there.
They just have a really good coach, and they have that Pat Mahomes guy.
But Kansas City, the people of Kansas City shoved it right back in his face because he was asking for a stadium tax to help pay for renovations for Arrowhead, and he wants the people to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's worth $24 billion.
He's got a worth
so
a lot.
this is a bit like what we spoke about yesterday with athletic programs at rich universities. Like many of these universities are flush with money.
Yeah.
I mean, think about tuition rates and endowments and donations and rich donors, yet athletic programs are seemingly on their own.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, the fans in Kansas City are the athletic programs. Clark Hunt is the university, worth $24 million, and fans are saying, "Hey, we're not going to pay for your ass." Yeah. And I think that's great.
Because part of it too was the Royals want a new stadium
Yeah.
in a different location, and I think they're asking for.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
I'll say this as a Royals fan:
Mhm.
it's the idea of a new stadium
Yeah.
downtown is great.
Because Kauffman Stadium right now is right by Arrowhead, and
Right.
they want to move.
And if you don't know, they're way out of town. Like
Yes.
it's a 20-minute, 30-minute drive, depending on where you're coming from. It could be 45 minutes to get out there. It's like a concrete jungle parking lot in Independence, and it's a bad area to have the stadiums. But they're right next to each other, right?
Yeah.
So the Royals want to move downtown. They have a new owner, as we talked about earlier. But and again, the idea of a downtown ballpark is great. At the same time, there is no one that thinks Kauffman Stadium isn't awesome.
Yeah, it's one
right?
of
like it's really good.
Yeah, it's
still
and it's iconic. It's
and they've
beautiful.
renovated. They've dumped a lot of money in it.
Yep.
It's a really cool place to go see a game. But because money,
Yep.
got to build a new one. So they voted that down too.
I love it, especially when it comes to NFL. But I think in general, there should not be one effing dollar of public money that goes to an NFL team. That league makes $18 billion a year. Every one of those sons of bitches is worth billions, and if they sell, they're worth even more billions. And when they do these deals, they don't. None of the cities get any money from this, right? All the revenue is kept. They don't have control over the facility. It's not like they can use the facility for something other. I mean, they just the idea of giving billionaires multi-billion-dollar stadiums is brain damage, and yet we do it consistently.
Well,
so I love when this was
too.
Jackson County
Yeah.
gave them both the burden. Of course, now
58 to 42, I think.
yeah,
was the
and
number.
of course now the Hunt family is talking about moving across state lines.
Yeah. Okay, so that was my next thing. So right out of the playbook here
Yep.
would be the owner saying, well,
Yeah, man.
if we can't get that money,
Yep.
we might have to go somewhere where they'll give it to us.
Yep.
Now, he is talking about Kansas, and that keeps it in the area, so that doesn't ruffle people's feathers.
You don't have to change the name. It's just it goes from Kansas City, Missouri to Kansas City, Kansas.
When does he start saying,
Yep.
well, I don't know, what's
I can think of some other communities that would love us.
Right, what's a city that
Well, what's interesting
doesn't
is that
have NFL?
Pro Football Talk today, Florio and stuff were and it was kind of tongue in cheek, but the people of Dallas, the mayor of Dallas,
Oh, that's right.
wants two teams.
Yeah.
Jerry would never allow it. In order to move a team, you have to have a supermajority. Jerry would never.
Jerry would start offing people like Putin.
Yeah,
if
you
that
imagine the
was
Chiefs
gonna
moving
happen.
into Dallas because again the Cowboys are in Arlington and he wants the mayor of Dallas wants a team in the Cotton Bowl. They want him in Dallas proper. So some people say if you got another team in Texas, it would be San Antonio or like Austin. It wouldn't be in Dallas, but nothing would shock me if the douchey Hunt family started throwing out egregious things. Again, the Ilitch family that's worth like $5 billion were threatening to move the Red Wings out of Detroit. It's freaking hockey town, for God's sakes. They're like, well, if we don't get the money in the land for this stadium, we may have to look elsewhere.
Well, that's just Hockey Town versus everybody for you.
Yeah, that is.
How did the fans react to that? Like
Some people were pissed, but the city gave them the land for $1. $1. That's what they were.
So they caved.
They caved. Yeah. And then the Ilitch family.
I gotta tell you.
The Ilitch family promised to build a bunch of stuff like around it, like affordable housing and stuff, and they they haven't done.
I gotta
crap.
tell you, I don't see the people, the voters of Kansas City really caving
Well.
to Clark Hunt.
Well,
I don't see it.
Will the people of Kansas cave to him? Because at least then, because what's that? I mean,
I
that's
don't think so.
that's not much of a move, right? And just
No, that's just a different county.
different county.
I
Because this
di-
is Jackson County that told them to.
Yeah, they're
to-
way out. Like the Chiefs are way out east,
no.
and it's like Independent. I think the town out there or the suburb is called Independence. It's like the meth capital of the state.
That's where the Mormons.
And that's saying something in Missouri.
That's where the Mormons think that Jesus is coming back. By the way.
Yeah, I can tell you, he's not. I don't think he's going to come back there. I think
No,
he's
that's-
changed his plans.
That's what's happening.
It's very methy.
Jesus comes back.
Hey, he walks among the sinners.
He's like, aha, I'm here. He's looking around. He's like, oh man,
He's like, whoa,
I gotta rethink.
he chose
this.
the wrong spot.
It's just, I know that people keep caving under pressure, but we have got to as a society just start looking at this and being like, stop giving billionaires $1 billion. It's not $1 billion to multi-billion-dollar stadiums. Just stop it.